It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Newcastle Lord Mayor Nuatali Nelms is strongly denying allegations she bullies staff and councillors on a daily basis. It follows the sudden resignation of Liberal councillor Lisa Tierney last night. The Daily Telegraph reports she sent her resignation to Council's acting Chief Executive Frank Cordingley from Brisbane just 30 minutes before last night's scheduled council meeting. Lisa Tierney is now calling for a full investigation into her claims by the Office of Local Government. Police have released a description of a man wanted over an indecent assault of a teenage girl at a Newcastle bus stop. The 14-year-old has told police a man touched her inappropriately as she walked past the bus stop on Scott Street at about 2 o'clock last Friday afternoon. Joanne Elliott from Police Headquarters says detectives want to hear from anyone who can assist with their investigation.
He's described as being aged in his 50s. He has a very distinctive description of what he was wearing. Now, that is a grey T-shirt, blue shorts that had yellow paint stains on them and a red hat. Now, police are urging anyone with information to this incident to call Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000, but you can also use the Crime Stoppers online reporting page.
Port Stephens councillors have voted in favour of a voluntary merger with Dungog Council. It follows a report by Delegate Peter Pippin supporting the amalgamation. Council will now write to the Premier and the Minister for Local Government advising of last night's vote and asking for a financial contribution towards the cost of the amalgamation. The New South Wales Taxi Council says it's not worried about the increased use of ride-sharing services in Newcastle such as Uber. A survey commissioned by the Independent Pricing and Regulatory Tribunal shows rideshare usage has doubled in Newcastle since 2015, jumping from 9 to 18%. However, CEO of the Taxi Council, Roy Wakeland-King, says rideshare services such as Uber aren't paying their fair share of insurance costs.
If you're a taxi in Newcastle in particular, paying upwards of $9,500 per vehicle per annum, whereas if you're a ride-sharing vehicle, you're being cross-subsidised by private vehicle owners and you're only paying somewhere around $600 to $700. Now, that's clearly an unfair advantage and something which is unsustainable. The government's recognised that and it's taking steps to fix that.
Maitland City Council will today hold a lunch to celebrate Back to Business Week thanks to a grant from the New South Wales Department of Industry. The statewide initiative recognises the importance of small business to local communities. Today's lunch will feature guest speaker Claire Madden, focusing on the future of work. Council's coordinator for City and Visitor Economy, Martin Payne, says it's also a good opportunity for business owners to network.
By being able to tap into some current information and being able to network and also hear how they can leverage what is available to them across various industries and how that could benefit a small business, how they can come together, work together.
One lucky Oz Lotto player in Newcastle is waking up $10 million richer this morning after winning the entire First Division prize in last night's draw. The winning ticket was purchased at the Georgetown News Agency. It comes after a Newcastle grandfather won $1 million on a year-old ticket he found while cleaning out his car.
Sport for our sponsor, PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
The Newcastle Knights extended squad for the first game of the season against the New Zealand Warriors on Sunday has been named and includes two local juniors, Luke Yates and Sam Stone. Coach Nathan Brown believes young players with as much determination and positivity as Yates are a good influence on the team. Brown says the young players combined with a stronger game plan is exactly what the Knights need to bring home the wins this season.
Well, definitely, we've brought in a lot of players. We've changed a lot of players, a lot of personnel, I suppose, and the younger end of the squad, I suppose, have been together for a fair period of time now, I suppose, coming through the system at the Knights for over numbers of years.
After being knocked out in round 2 of Surfest and a disappointing round 1 exit in yesterday's Australian Open in Manly, Merewether surfer Jackson Baker is keen to make a comeback as a wild card next week. Baker will compete in the Central Coast Pro at Avoca next week, as will fellow local surfer Philippa Anderson. And Singleton motorbike rider Toby Price is getting back to racing. Only 8 weeks after breaking his leg at the Dakar Rally, Price will be... Only 8 weeks after breaking his leg at the Dakar Rally, Price will compete in the Stadium Supertracks event at the Clipsal 500 tomorrow. That's Sport. I'm Jessica Rouse.
2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.